Most amazing, ancient temple architecture around the world, Part 2. People started building temples from ancient times onwards. These houses of worship do not at all belong to a single religion, it varies as Buddhism, Hinduism, Sikhism, and Taoism. So, different temples have different architectural styles and systems. Earlier this week we brought you a video called Most Amazing Ancient Temple Architecture Around the World. So, here we are with part 2 of Most Amazing Temple Architecture Around the World. But before we move forward, if you are watching this channel for the first time, then subscribe to the channel for more such factual videos. Also, hit the bell icon so that you get a notification whenever we upload a new video. 1. Temple of Hatshepsut, Egypt. Located on the west bank of the Nile opposite the city of Luxor, Hatshepsut's temple is part of the Theban necropolis. The entrance to the Valley of the Kings is marked by this memorial temple built in a half-circle of cliffs. The main building of the Temple of Hatshepsut is called Djoser Djeseru, meaning Holy of Holiest. There are 3 levels in the temple and all of them reflect colonnades. There was a garden on the ground level that had exotic trees from Hatshepsut's expeditions to Punt. The colonnades with square pillars were behind the courtyard. There are decorations that include Thutmose III standing in front of Amun and some scenes from Lower Egypt. You can go through the archways if you want to go to the second level. The pathway to another ramp was lined with 2 reflecting pools and sphinxes on the second level. One of the first pictures of a trade expedition is here. The goddess Hathor is depicted with a woman's face and cow's ears, holding a musical instrument, in a shrine. The birth colonnade is located on the right side of the ramp that tells the story of Hatshepsut's creation with Amun. On the left side of the ramp is the Punctum colonnade, which tells the story of Hatshepsut's expedition to the mysterious land of the gods, which the Egyptians had not visited in centuries. The Hathor Chapel has a hypostyle hall with 12 beautiful Hathor-headed columns, and the Anubis Chapel has a hypostyle hall with 12 fluted columns and an astronomer's ceiling. The portico on the 3rd level has double rows of columns facing the front. Images of Queen Hatshepsut were destroyed and replaced with images of King Thutmose III. Behind the courtyard is where the sanctuary of Amun is located. It was rededicated to Imhotep after being rebuilt during the Ptolemaic period. 2. Shore Temple of Mahabalipuram, Tamil Nadu, India. There are 3 temples built on one platform at the temple complex. The shore temple facing east is the principal temple. The granite stones were sculpted from a quarry nearby and were used to build the shrine. The sun rays fall in the morning in the form of Lord Shiva, which is the main deity. The shore temple has a pyramidal structure that is 60 feet tall. There is a 15-meter tall platform on which it is positioned. The other 2 temples, one for Lord Vishnu and the other for Lord Shiva, were built the same way as the main temple, but they are smaller. Shiva orthogonal, if you observe it carefully, you can see the shrines for Shiva orthogonal. You can enter the 2 shrines through the transverse tunnel vault, Gopuram. A pyramidal finish is displayed by the rising towers called shikaras. The tier of the pyramid has overhanging eaves and some shade. There is a view of the brilliance of craftsmanship on the walls of the shrines. On the boundary wall, there are large sculptures of Nandi. Many images of lions can be seen on the outer walls, which are connected by columns. 3. Temple of Apollo. The most important monument from the sanctuary of Apollo at Delphi is the Temple of Apollo. The mythical temples of Apollo were located in the same place where it was built, according to legend. The first building was made out of laurel branches, the second had beeswax in wings, the third had copper as its main building material, and the fourth was erected by the mythical architects Trophios and Agamids with the help of the god Apollo himself. When the last temple was destroyed in a fire, a new temple was built with the help of the community. The sanctuary was built in 510 BC with the help of many Greek and foreign rulers, as well as the help of the Athenian family of Alcmaeonidon. The temple had a Doric-style structure with 6 columns on the front and 15 on the sides. It was home to some of the best sculptures of Antiochus, as well as depictions of god Apollo at the battles with the giants. In 373 BC, the sanctuary began a campaign to raise money to rebuild the temple after it was damaged in an earthquake. The temple is still standing today. The architects were the Spinthagores of Corinth, Zenodoros, and the Agathon. The new temple had the same number of columns on the front and sides as the previous one, but with 6 on the front and 15 on the sides. The pediments were made from Praxis and Androsthenes, and they were hosting scenes of Apollo, the Muses, and Dionysus. Scientists don't know very much about the interior of the temple. There was a bronze image of Homer and an altar of Poseidon, as well as engraved sayings of the 7 wise men on the walls. The statue of God and the navel of the earth were located at the deepest levels. Now that you have come halfway to this video, hit the like button if you have liked it so far, also subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon, so you don't miss out on any videos. For Angkor Wat, Cambodia. The architectural beauty of Angkor Wat is one of the reasons why it is one of the most cherished ancient accomplishments in Southeast Asia. The design of Angkor Wat shows the pyramid with its galleries, which is one of the cornerstones of Khmer architecture. The main temple, nicknamed Temple Mountain, is composed of a large, roughly triangular structure built on a hillside. Each terrace is surrounded by a covered gallery, with towers at each corner and a nearly 70-foot tall tower in the middle of the temple. The 5 towers that crown the central temple are believed to be inspired by the peaks and mountain ranges of Mount Meru, which is the home of the gods in both Hindu and Buddhist beliefs. The carved designs of the 5 towers at the corners of the highest part of the temple are very similar to lotus buds. The Cambodian temple dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva has been designed similarly to those in other temples. There are nearly 20,000 square feet of bas-reliefs carved into the sandstone walls of Angkor Wat. The bas-reliefs depict Hindu symbolism, with images of apsaras and reliefs showing scenes from 2 Hindu epic stories, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. King Suryavarman II commissioned the building of the temple, and there is a series about him. The Angkor Wat complex is surrounded by a huge moat that is over 3 miles long. The moat is believed to be similar to the oceans surrounding the earth in Hinduism and Buddhism, just as the main temple is believed to resemble Mount Meru. The site of Angkor Wat is protected by a single causeway that connects the site to the surrounding land. 5. Hypogeum of Halsaflini. The hypogeum is the only underground temple in the world. The hypogeum structure was depicted on a 2-cent 5 mil stamp in the Maltese Islands to commemorate its acceptance by UNESCO of the World Heritage Site list. First level. The first level of the cave was very similar to the ones found in Zemsija. Natural caves that were artificially extended are some of the rooms that are natural. The evidence supports the claim that this is the oldest level. The second level was opened after the original builders realized that the level was no longer adequate. The street level is just 10 meters higher than this level. Second level, there is great skill in the stonework at this level. There are a number of important rooms such as the main room, the Holy of Holies, and the Oracle Room. The main chamber, the shape of the chamber is roughly circular and carved out of rock. There are trilithons of entrances, some blind and others leading to another chamber. The surface of the wall has been painted with a wash of red ochre. There were statuettes of the sleeping lady recovered from this room. These figurines are now held in the Museum of Archaeology in Valletta, Malta. The Oracle Room is roughly rectangular, and one of the smaller chambers has a strange ability to produce a powerful acoustic resonance from any vocalization made inside it. The ceiling in this room is painted in red and has circular blobs. The decorated room, from the Oracle's room, through the hammered rest chamber, on the right is another large room, circular, with inward slanting smooth walls, richly decorated in a geometrical pattern. There is a petrosomatoglyph of a human hand carved into a rock on the right side wall. The snake pit, there is a 2 meters deep pit on the second level which could have been used to keep snakes or collect money. Holy of Holies, the focal point of the room is a porthole in a trilithon, which is framed by a larger trilithon and another large trilithon. Third level, the water was the only thing contained in the lower story. It suggests that there might be some sort of grain storage. The cult of these ancestors is thought to be related to Mother Earth. It is possible that certain religious rituals performed below ground symbolized a return to the womb of Mother Earth from which all life came. The sleeping lady is a representation of a woman with a lot of forms lying on her right side. It's possible that it's a sign of the practice of the rite of incubation. 6. Halebidu Temple. The Hindu temple is called the Halebidu Temple. The building was constructed in the 12th century. The Hindu god Lord Shiva is the subject of the dedication. The Hosla Empire's King Vishnuvardhana approved the plans for the temple. The construction of the Halebidu temple began in the 11th century CE. It was completed in the year 1160 CE. Around the 14th century, the empire was attacked by the Muslim kingdom from Delhi. The temple got ruined at that point in time. The temple's artwork was largely undamaged. Even though the temple is dedicated to Shiva, still, Vaishnavism, Shaktism, and Jainism can all be seen in the temple. The walls of the temple are covered with carvings. The lifestyle from the 12th century is depicted in some of these. There are also legends from the epics carved into the temple walls. The temple is made of a type of rock called metamorphic rock. In addition to the carvings and depictions of legends, the temple is also rich in iconography and inscriptions in both North Indian and South Indian script. The Halebidu temple is actually a twin temple. A twin temple has two shrines and a super spectrum. The two of them are connected. The Halebidu temple's outer walls have carvings that are very artistic. There are figurines of elephants, horses, lions, and other animals in the lowest layers. Miniature carvings of dancers, friezes, and legends from the Hindu texts are followed by them. The depictions of the daily life of people in the next few layers of carving, including festivals, can be seen. People standing and sitting, as well as ceremonies and mythical creatures, are depicted in this layer. One can see different carvings depicting Artha, Kama, Dharma scenes, and eroticism. There are large panels with figurines depicting deities of Hindu culture and mythical scenes from different epic stories. The interior of the Halebidu temple is just as beautiful as the outer walls. Each of the temple shrines has at least 4 entrances. There were 2 doorkeeper statues on either side of the doors. The Hoysalswara temple has a museum on its premises. The Department of an Archaeological Survey of India is in charge of it. It contains different ruins and pieces that were recovered from around the temple. The part of the temple where these were once located. And that's it for the day. Which one of these amazed you the most? Tell us in the comments. Stay tuned with facts, folks, and fun for more such content. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on any videos. Do share the video with your friends.